Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Mike with SmartOptionTrading.com. It is Friday, the 13th of February. This is our weekly recap. If you want to join us in our trading room, come over to SmartOptionTrading.com and click on live trading alerts and join us there. We'd love to have you with us. Also, please click and subscribe to my videos. So let's talk about this week. It's not been an easy week. Uh, we have a short weekend ahead, a long weekend ahead. We have tomorrow's Valentine's Day, by the way, reminder for everybody. And the markets are closed on Monday for President's Day. So it's a 3-day weekend, making next week a 4-day week, a little shorter. The VIX, we talked about last week and a couple times how it wasn't acting quite right with this big volatile swing. So here we are. Yesterday, we had that big up move on the VIX, closed over 20 and right on the Bollinger Bands. And here we are today with another very wide range candle. Looked like we were going to get VIX crush. And here we are pushing right back up here at this point. Uh, and right back on the edge of the Bollinger Bands with about 20 minutes to go. When you look what's going on out there today, right, the SPY here was green for a while, got all the way up there before coming back down, and here it is now red again on the day. Came down and filled this gap this morning and heading back to it, and this is not the bounce you're looking for. If you're looking at this market volume today, not as high as yesterday. Yesterday we did 118 million shares. Today we're around 72, probably get close to 100. But this will be 4 days down in a row if this holds, and kind of a little bit of a change in the trend there and a change in the pattern. 676.90 is the 3% pullback, and we'll keep an eye on that. We already hit it once off the high here. We never retook it. So we have a lower high right now on the S&P 500, and we broke the series of higher lows back last week. So we'll see where we're going to go from here. If the door opens up, the next move would be down towards this 671.21, and then we'll see where we go from there. What else has been going on is bonds here rallying, a flight to safety there. Bitcoin has actually had a nice day. It's been very weak, but still can't break above 70. Uh, Gold and silver have basically taken the week off and been mostly sideways, silver a little bit weaker. The financials are part of the problem. The financials, which have been strong, have been very weak uh, so far this week, and this is coming off news that AI is now going to start doing taxes and financial stuff for everybody, and this got the banks and investment banks especially hurt. Schwab got destroyed. Today we're up off the lows. We'll see. But Goldman, which had been looking the best here, broke down. Nice little recovery there. JP Morgan, not so much. Wells Fargo, believe it or not, one of the best looking banks here. Schwab has been just absolutely destroyed the last 3 days off of this. Energy continues to be strong. We have a second carrier now in its way or arriving in the Persian Gulf here. We continue to build up there, and it makes it sound like we're going to be heading towards some type of military action with Iran. Chevron has been very strong, almost to the all-time high. ExxonMobil nonstop all-time highs. First time here on the 8-day in a while. This is go-to. We'll see if this holds or not. The small caps have been a little weaker, but holding in somewhat better. The Dow hit a new all-time high 3 days ago, still holding in better. So this market's still a little bit different. Walmart new all-time highs again today. Costco continues to show strength, pushing back up. Nice move to 1120 today. We're seeing strength in some of those names. Procter and Gamble, a safety name. Pepsi, right? They continue to hide in some of these. We saw J&J and Merck and some of these big pharmaceuticals having nice days. As Kristen pointed out in the room, Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, these are all at new all-time highs or highs here, and this is probably a sign that they're expecting an attack on Iran and have to replenish those supplies. What else? Let's talk coin. Coin earnings. I didn't like it, but the market disagreed with me. Gapped up this morning above the 8-day. We'll see if this is some type of reversal there. Hood, they sold that earnings off. They brought it back a little bit today. Not all that great. The SMHs here, you almost hit a new all-time high yesterday, down today. You still have strength in names like Micron, SNDK, AMAT with an absolute blowout report and guidance, still up huge today at all-time highs, even though it's down off the highs. NVIDIA took a loss on the last couple calls I was holding there. It just wouldn't hold. So those, same thing with AMD, got out of the way. Neither one of these working. Intel also looks kind of weak here, broke that upper range now at this point. Looks like it could come down to the 50-day. Software remains mostly out of play, although a little bit of bounce today on Palantir. Salesforce also a little bit of a bounce, ServiceNow, but none of them looking all that great. Microsoft continues to try to hold this 400 area. If it can't hold 392.32, then we see Amazon is under 200 here and not looking all that great. And they sold that report and tried to push it twice and couldn't, coming back down here. Meta also lost the 50-day and has come back down here. And again, it looks like it wants to maybe go take that gap fill at 626.40. We'll see. Google has held in somewhat better, but at this point has lost the earnings low and now opening the door for a retest of the 100-day, which is also low of this range. Apple, oh, Apple. Apple was looking so good a couple of days ago, so good. And then, we started getting these talk and rumors on Wednesday that the Siri AI implementation with Gemini was going to be delayed and pushed back to later in 2026. We were about to break out. We came off the highs and they absolutely dumped it yesterday and follow through today. 255 is your next big level here. We're almost there. We'll see if we can find some support there, maybe a temporary bounce. If not, we're going to start looking down again towards this 245 area. Tesla, for what it's worth, has held in much better. It's just going sideways. It's been generally ignoring bad news, and that's probably because nobody expects any kind of good news here on Tesla. The bad news is kind of built in this case. So, we'll see that. RIVN had a nice day off a much better than expected report and delivery guidance. So, we'll see. I'll do charts on Monday morning or sometime on Monday. We'll see what we do next week. The VIX closing back up here like this, the market on the lows doesn't give you a lot of warm fuzzies as we go into next week. Link in the description below if you want to join us. I hope you all have a great weekend. Members, if you need to talk, please reach out. I'm always here and available to you.